Give me a minute. The Zaporizhia nuclear power plant is in the news again. Now, why is that? Well, it's because it was part of Trump's so-called peace sham plan that he presented, which was basically just Ukrainian surrender, right? Capitulation, appeasement to the Russians, give the Russians everything they want to stop the war, regardless of the long-term consequences of that. Not to mention rewarding the aggressor, appeasing the genocidal lunatic in the Kremlin. There's been a lot of talk in the press this week about how Ukraine rejected the peace plan, how it was a non-starter for Ukraine, and everybody's blaming Ukraine. What nobody is talking about is the fact that the Russians rejected the peace plan too. The Russians rejected the peace plan because they want Ukraine demilitarized, no military. And the U.S. has said that it will back Ukraine having and keeping its military. So there's a non-starter for the Russians and a non-starter for the Ukrainians and the Americans, giving up your army, making sure that you're weak enough that next time the Russians come for you, you won't be able to fight back. You will have to capitulate. The Ukrainians want it back because it's the biggest nuclear power plant in Europe, and nuclear is 50% of the power grid in this country, more now that the Russians have destroyed so much of the traditional thermal power plants here. The Americans want it because it's the goose that laid the golden egg, right? If Trump could control this plant, which is what his peace deal said, the Americans would run the plant, not that American scientists and nuclear physicists have a lot of experience running Soviet VVER-1000s. That's not the kind of reactors we build. Nonetheless, our expertise in these matters is unquestionable. So Trump tried to extort Zaporizhia out of the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians want to keep it, and the Russians say they are not giving it up. And the fact is they don't have to, right? It's an absolutely defensible position to hold. You can't attack it because, God forbid, the wrong thing blows up. So they are likely to stay inside the walls, surrounded by mines, until such time as the situation on the ground changes dramatically. In the meantime, we have to hope that the Russians don't do anything stupid and try to blow it up during their retreat or something like that. They're not retreating, by the way. That's just me fantasizing what the future might look like. So that's why Zaporizhia is in the news again. Everybody wants it, and nobody can quite get it.